Hi guys, welcome back with another machine on the Vulnhub, which is Deathnote. The link will be put into the video below so that you can download and play the machine. In this video, I'd like to showcase how to exploit WordPress to get initial foothold and how to make local immersion to elevate privilege and how to utilize Python to do some sort of conversion rather than using CTF. So there will be a lot to take. Without further ado, let's just get started. We can head over to Linux VM. First of all, we need to discover the IP address of the target. The utility I'd like to use, as always, would be netdiscover. As you can see over here, I use the option -i to specify interface, so all packets will be sent from this interface to discover the online hosts on the network. And I also use the option of -r to specify or narrow down the network range to speed up this scanning process. So now we can press enter. As you can see over here, the IP address of the target could be recognized as 131. So what are we going to do next? We need to do port and self-scanning with a map. To save time of this video, I've already completed before. So now we just get out its result. So as usual, I took the options like scene scan, the version scan, the default script scan, followed by the -p- to do the full range port scan. The last option for all is ON to output the result into this file. Although, as you can see over here, the IP address of the target machine has been changed from the one when I did the machine the first time, which doesn't matter. So from the map scanning results, we can tell that the target has two open port numbers. The first one is 22, which is running SSH service or secure shell service, and also the version information, open SSH 7.9. I don't think we can find any workable vulnerability for this particular version of open SSH. The second one or last one is 80, which is running HTTP service, and also the version information Apache 2. So what shall we do next? It's very clear that we should emulate the web application because this is the only direction what we have really got at this point. So let's fire up the browser to do the manual emulation first. And we can put the IP address of the target into the address bar. Press enter. Press wait. And we are automatically redirect to this site. And this site is not rendered completely or properly. And you can notice the host name information. So to render this site, we need to append, or we need to write this host name into our host file. Okay, let me do now. We can copy. And we can use the command line or use the Vim or Nano or any editor. For me, I can use the command line. And we can put the host name here. And we can tunnel to T command with option for A, which stands for append. I want to append this entry to the host file. Okay, so now if we go back to refresh, as you can see, we successfully render this site. So Kira, we must, look at the site or everything very carefully, because especially when we do the CTF-like machines, the very important or hint lies in such page or source code. Okay, for example, here, Kira, this may be the possible username, right? We can put over here, Kira. and I am the God on new world. So I will eliminate you. L. So the L maybe is another possible username. And so I'm light. Yagami, son of blah blah blah, a great and intelligent person, exists on this planet after L, and published by, published on this date. And so my favorite line is this one. So maybe this looks like a password, right? We can put over here the possible password. So let's go back and let's scroll down, and you can notice WordPress. So I think the site is running WordPress application. And also here we got the hint, we can open link in new tab, and so we can find the notes on notes file on this server. We can copy and we can put on my notebook. See the L comment. So comment, we can, but nothing important here. We have already seen this information earlier. So what can we do? We can go back to, to check its source code. Maybe not a hint. Let's go back to the home page and let's check its source code. And we can scroll down. So nothing else we can get from this source code. So what can we do next? So far we have already got some important information from the site. And next we need to do some more immersion. For example, we need to check whether the robots file is available or not. Press enter. So fuck it, my dad added hint on this. So I think we need to download this page. Oh, sorry, not a page, this file. We can use wget to download. So from its extension, maybe we think this would be picture. However, before we try to open it, we can use the file command to display its type. Actually, this is a text file. So we just use the simple cat to retrieve this file. And here I am, blah, 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 Light's father. I have a doubt if L is true about the assumption that Light is Kira. I can only help you by giving something important. So the login username. So this would be the possible dictionary for the usernames. I don't know the password. Find it by yourself. But I think it's in the hint section of the site. We have already seen the hint section, right? So just now, of course, maybe this is the possible password. Okay? And next we can launch the Decode to do the automatic immersion. Decode can give us a variety of information about the web application, such as the banner information, request header information, and also some common files or directories. So it confirms the target is running WordPress application. Next, we can launch the GoBuster to do the directory immersion. And we can use W option to specify the word list. GoBuster, directory, extension option by X. Press enter. All right, I don't think we can find anything else from GoBuster. To save your time, I'd like to interrupt the GoBuster. So next, let's run the directory immersion for the WordPress directory. And we can discover some default installations of WordPress applications. For example, like admin, administrators panel, readme, and so on and so forth. Of course, if you have time, you can let it run and wait for all the results. But I'd like to stop it again. Next, I think we can launch the particular WordPress enumeration with WP scan, and I'd like to auto-complete this command. With E option, enumerate the username and the plugins. We can press enter. Okay, and we successfully identified the user. Username is Kira. I think during the manual enumeration, we have already got such information. So next, I think we can try to crack the password for this user, Kira. Normally, we can use the Rocky word list to crack, but I like to tell you, Rocky word list will not work for this user. And to save time, I'd like to interrupt this cracking process now. So I think just now we have already got the possible username, right? So let's try it with this password. And we need to put the prefix HTTP and the administrator's panel. And the username is Kira. And next, we can copy from my notebook to see whether it works or not. Login, it does work. Remind me later. And also we can know that this user is an administrator by looking at the columns information, because there is users section. Okay, so now so how to do next? I think now our goal is to upload web shell, and there will be different ways. Just I mentioned in the other videos. If you have already followed my channel, if not, please do it now, because I will upload many cybersecurity videos. So the easiest way is to navigate to Appearance, a section, Sim Editor, and locate the 404 template, and we can remove original code of this file or this template and replace it by our PHP reverse shell file. I've already got this file ready. Of course, you can get it from many sources, and I'd like to cut out, and we can copy this entire code of PHP reverse shell file. Let's copy and put it in here and click update file. But we got an error, unable to communicate back with the site to check for fatal errors. So it means that this way cannot work for this case. So how to do next? I'd like to turn over to the second way, which is Metasploit console. Metasploit has one module which can help us to upload web shell to the WordPress application. And we can use such command to retrieve this module, because we cannot remember the entire path, right? And we can use this module. And then we can show options. We just leave the payload to default value. And show options, we need to set a local host to our Linux. And also we need to set the local port number to 555. And also we can set the remote host to our target. So the target, yes, I think it's right. Set, of course, remote port number, we do not need to change. We just leave it as default one. And we can set the username to Kira. Set password to, we can copy from notebook and paste in here. And also we need to set the target URI to be WordPress. And then let's run it. I think it's working. Metapret session 1 opened. Fantastic. We have already got a Metapret session. If you want to get interactive shell, we can run command shell, and of course it isn't very good. So now we can use the Python to spawn a much better shell by Python. Python 2 is there. Import pty session. Okay, so now we need to do some local enumeration to make a lateral movement or privilege escalation. Let's go to home directory, and there are two users, Kira, and of course we can see whether we have permission to. Oh, we have, but you know, no private key here. Now let's go back. Kira, at this moment, we do not have permission to grab this text file. Let's go back to another home directory, L. And the user, now we can grab the user flag. And I think this user flag is encoded by brainfuck algorithm. And you can go to this, this site. I will put the link into the description section below. So if you want, you can reference it. Okay. Although we have already decoded, and you can see here, I think you got the shell, but you won't be able to kill me. Just some information, nothing important. Okay. So now we need to continue our enumeration. For example, we need to go to the opt directory, and there is one subdirectory, L, and the fake notebook, Lu. And hint, we can get out this hint. So next, I think we need to use subchef. Subchef is a great resource where we can, make encoding and decoding. And this site supports a lot of algorithm. Okay, but in this video, I'd like to show you doing this decoding by Python. Okay, and also we can notice this one above the hint case. If you think this is the video file, but it's not, we can use the file command to display the file type. Actually, this is the text file, so we can simply use cat or some other commands to retrieve this file. And this would be the hexadecimal, and then we can copy. And next, I'd like to show you how to use the Python to decode. Okay, and we can use. First of all, we need to convert the hexadecimal to, to the bytes. We can use the bytes from, and we need to use single quotes. Okay, and next we need to, I think we need to decode. All right, and now, although the output or the result. We got the result. However, this is encoded message again, and it looks like this is encoded by base 64. And to decode it by Python, we can import base 64, and then we can use base 64 b64 and decode, and we can copy this string. As you can see, we successfully decoded and got the password for another user, the Kira. We can copy and paste over here. Even we didn't, notice or discover this file, but this doesn't matter. So I'd like to exit from the Python. Let's SSH to the target. And yes, and we need to supply the password for this user. It does work. Next, I think we can get out the Kira. Again, this is the encoded. We can copy. Maybe this is encoded by a base 64, right? We can launch Python again, which doesn't matter. Base 64, base 64, B64, decode. Paste it here. And please protect one of the following. I don't think where we can use this information. So for now, just exit from the, from the Python. interactive Python. Next, we need to check whether this user or this current user keyword can run sudo by run sudo with L option. And we need to supply the password again. We can copy and paste in here. Even we can run all commands without the password of the root user. So we can elevate privilege by simply running command sudo bin bash. And now we have already become the root user. And then we can grab the final flag or root flag. Okay, so that's pretty much it. I'd like to see you in the next one. Bye. Have a nice day, please.